Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to replace your main battery and your auxiliary battery in your 2018 plus Wrangler JL or your 2020 plus Gladiator JT. So let's jump into this, show you how you can replace this auxiliary battery specifically without having to remove any engine bay circuit board wiring, and we'll do that through this passenger side wheel well. So what we'll have to do first is remove this passenger side front tire. The next thing we're going to want to do is disconnect our main battery. To disconnect your main battery, you'll need a 10mm socket, disconnect your negative and then your positive. And then down on the bottom here, you're going to have your battery box lock. You'll need to loosen up. That is a 10mm as well. Let's get this battery box cover off. I'll go ahead and lift this battery out. I'm pretty sure that my main battery is not bad, but I do believe that my auxiliary battery is starting to fail for the second time since I've had this JL Gladiator from brand new. I'm not really sure the cause of it, but this one did last a lot longer than the previous one had. I think that it may have something to do with not driving it long distances every day. Starts to deteriorate. So I upgraded to a gel-based auxiliary battery, and I also replaced my main just in case. I mean, the Mopar battery is just fine, but I did go with an Optima battery. They make a great battery, and they also provide a military discount for anybody that's looking for that extra why to go with a specific brand. Right, they support military very much so. So if you're looking for that, head on over to Optima, chat them up, ask them about their military discount, and I'm sure they'll be willing to send you a code after you verify your service. So let's go ahead and drop out this inner fender liner, and I'll show you how to replace your auxiliary battery without having to remove any of these circuit panels. We have two 10mm bolts that we'll want to remove. Then we have several retention clips that we're going to remove along this edge and then at the bottom. And we'll have to pull out this outer trim to be able to remove this full liner and have full access to where this battery box is sitting. As you can see, the entire inner liner is removed from the wheel well, and it really isn't that hard to do. What we're going to want to do next is lower these bolts down so that we have access to this battery from the bottom of the tray. These are going to be 10mm bolts, and there's going to be three, two on this side and one on the other. Now have access to your auxiliary battery and where your positive and negative ground terminals are without having to touch any of your circuit boards or screwing with any of those. Honestly, much better way of doing this than going from up top, and it's a lot faster. So let's go ahead and disconnect these and then drop in the new one, put it back in place. Again, 10mm. Here's your battery. We'll go ahead and swap these things out so that we now have a full new system of non-Mopar batteries. If you're not familiar with these, they come with these little little rods that have to be installed, and they're an E5, so you need the female version of the star bits. Let's make them snug. So now I'll go ahead and put this back in. Now I'll reconnect the negative. So we'll go ahead and put this guy back in. Here's our yellow top DH6 3-year free replacement battery from Optima Batteries. It's going to be around a $350 battery. They do ship for free, and we shouldn't have any issues going forward because I'm replacing both the auxiliary and the main battery. They're both new together. One's not going to be making the other one work harder, and we should have no issues going forward, hopefully, for the next several years while these batteries do what they're meant to do. So let's drop this guy in. Go ahead and re-secure the battery. Go ahead and re-secure the positive terminal. Negative terminal. That about wraps up this install. Again, super easy. Erases the need to be removing all of these bus connections, chancing something coming loose or not being installed properly, and also doesn't really add any crazy component to removing this battery box from the underside. I mean, it's pretty easy. You take your tire off, take your fender liner off, and you're good to go. Hope this makes it easier for you. If you have issues with your batteries or just want to replace your batteries, now you know how to do it without having to remove all this stuff when it includes your secondary battery. Anytime that you're removing or replacing a battery, it's a good idea to replace your other battery unless it's brand new as well, because the issue will always come down to the attrition rate of one of your batteries making the other one work harder. Try to get the same type of battery for both of them so they're working in unison. Other than that, check out Optima Batteries. This is not a paid sponsorship. I went with them because I think they're a good company, I think they make a good product, and they support America's military, so another reason why I went with Optima. See you on the next one, guys.